fought for equality for both genders. It's easy to find wealthy people who lead extravagant lives but don't help their brothers and sisters struggling to make it in the world. How can we change this? It's just a matter of setting priorities. For Nam Japna, let us put aside 10 minutes each day to learn the meaning of just one body of thought and make the embedded message a part of our everyday lives. For Van Chakna, let us pack a lunch just once a week instead of buying from a cafeteria, or cut $20 from our grocery bill each month. Within no time, we can be saving enough money to meet the monthly needs of a child in the developing world. And for Kirit Gagna, let us share our God-given talents with the rest of the community to help improve society at large. Making our motivation the dedication to work to God and not personal gain is another example. These are all simple changes that we can make to enrich our own lives as well as the lives of others. By incorporating Guruji's message into our everyday lives, we'll become less self-centered, a little closer to others, and to God. Thank you for your attention. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Before I ask you to draw another name, I want to be very clear. Clearly, you were standing a little bit further from the mic. I think some people are having a hard time having that. So I disturbed you because I wanted to make sure that your speech was heard. I want to give you the option. Do you want to give the speech again? Because I don't want to be you to feel like you have distraction, you have change, it doesn't may not occur to you. I think we want to be very clear that it's not felt as impartial or unfairness. It's your choice. Did the judges hear correctly? No issues? Because that's the most important. Whether the audience hears or not, that's not important. Because we got our voice later on and the mic was heard.
You could hear it at the back.
You heard? Everything is fine? Parents are satisfied? Or would you like her to give it again?
Let it be her decision.
Let it be yours.
Okay. I don't know. People could hear in the back, then
Yours.
I guess I'm okay.
All right.
And if you change your mind, you can come back and talk.
All right, thank you. Guru Nanak, with whom the Sikh religion originates from, was born in 1469 at the Landi to Mehta Kalaji in Mata Kottaji. He was of pious in nature and started meditation and spiritual practices very early in his life. The state of religious affairs when Guru Nanak Dev Ji appeared on the world stage was very different from what it is now. There were numerous religions and religious leaders in India. There were the Brahmins, Dazis, and the Yogis. Guru Nanak felt that people who consider themselves all in all in the religion are not as religious as people think they are. Rather, they have adopted their religious pretensions for their selfish motives. Guruji emphatically remarked that pundits read religious scriptures who do not reflect seriously on what is written in them. Their means of livelihood is simply reciting religious books, worshipping idols, and reciting mantras. Most pretended to be religious by wearing rosary in their necks, sandalwood paste marked on their foreheads, and dhotis. Vedas and Puranas pundits would abandon the true God and intricately involve in ritualistic worship of gods and goddesses. They were idol worshippers. People began to worship in nature, but most important, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shivji were considered to be responsible for the creation and sustaining the universe. Many people believed in black magic as years went by. The Hindu society was overridden with a caste system. The religion became the privilege of only the upper class called the Brahmins. Political conditions at the time of Guru Nanak was that the Muslims had commenced India at the beginning of the 8th century. There was an invasion that took place in 712 AD. Thousands made slaves in India and taken away due to Muhammad's greed and the satisfaction of his lust and carnal desires. There was contradiction between the Hindus and the Muslims. Religious beliefs made the Muslims very cruel and tyrants. This political, social, religious state of affairs could best be described by saying greed was the ruler, lust the guard, falsehood was the leader, and the population was caught in the darkness of ignorance, as stated in the book. But nowadays, religious and political affairs are somewhat different. The Gurus preach Sikh religion strictly as monotheistic, requiring belief in only one supreme being. To attain salvation, Sikhism rejects all fasts, rites, and rituals. Rebirth is descending order in a punishment and curse for one's disease. This idealistic approach of Sikhism is that it recognizes the existence of the same heavenly light in every human being, rich or poor, high or low, irrespective of caste, creed, color, race, religion, gender, or nationality. The political affairs are also different. There is a good governance system which looks after the welfare of its people. Political parties are now in power and try to impose its ideology on the people. It prepares schemes to neutralize the opposition and tries to firm up its roots by creating doubts in the minds of citizens. The force behind Guruji's decision to take long, hard, tedious odysseys was his motivation in conveying his message. Guru Nanak Sahib, accompanied by his lifelong Muslim companion, Bhai Mardana, undertook 4 odysseys traveling all over the Indian subcontinent and the Middle East. On his mission, Guru Sahib visited virtually all the Hindu and Muslim prominent shrines on the auspicious holy days to reach out to the maximum number of people and enlighten them with the concept of Sikhism. He exposed and denounced the cunning clerics and cautioned the people against the blind faith for rituals. During his odyssey, Guru Sahib went out of his way to meet the Muslim and Hindu holy sages, monks, and ascets. Considering early 16th century hazardous mode of travel, Guru Sahib's resolved to embark on his mission that would take him through terrifying jungles, rugged mountains, and informable deserts. Sach vekhna, sach bolna, tan man sacha hoye. They see the truth, they speak the truth, their bodies and minds are true. This is Satguruji's message of speaking the truth, even when it's extremely difficult to do so. He wanted the people's character to be based on truth. The Sikh religion encourages that life should be lived in truth and justice. Sikhs should earn their money honestly and not take away from others, and only consume what rightfully belongs to them. Among the teachings of Guruji, he always believed and taught that there was only one God, who was omnipresent and outlined several means to accomplish him. This included meditation on the name of God, purification, and spiritual purity, thereby achieving spiritual detachment. Shri Guru Nanak Dev Ji never differentiated between religions and condemned the elaborate rituals that were performed in the name of religion. Earning through honest and righteous means, being in remembrance of God and sharing with others, and all human beings are born equal and women are equal to men. His teachings and philosophies continue to inspire many around the world, even today. Sikhs of today are living up to Guruji's teachings. Sikhs believe in one God, we do not judge, we accept people how they are, and we try to live a clean life by telling the truth and consume what rightfully is ours. Love the saints of every faith, put away the pride, remember the essence of religion is meekness and sympathy, not the fine clothes, not the shaven head, not the long prayers, not the recitations and torturings, not the ascetic way, but a life of goodness and purity amid the world's temptations.